Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. And today we are going to see lab number 6 from HTTP Request Smuggling vulnerability module. And in today's lab, we are going to exploit this vulnerability to capture other users' request. The lab description is saying this lab involves a front-end and back-end server, and the front-end server does not support chunked encoding. That means it may support or interpret the content length. To solve the lab, we need to smuggle a request to the backend server that causes the next user's request to be stored in the application. And then we need to retrieve the victim user's request, and we need to choose or extract the cookie, and we will log in from that victim user's account. Okay, so I already opened up the lab here. Now just refresh the lab and you can see burp suite is working fine, and here we have all the requests. So this is the first request, web root request, and I'm gonna take this request to send it to the repeater. And here in the repeater, the first and foremost thing for HTTP request smuggling is we need to downgrade the HTTP version from 2 to 1. And the second thing I want is to turn off the automatically update content length option. Now, the third important thing is we need to change the request method to post, because we will send some data or smuggled request in the body section of the post request. Now here, I don't want all of these headers, and I will add here the header, which is transfer encoding. Okay, and the value of it is chunked. Now I would add here, let's say, first of all, I would like to test whether the front-end server is interpreting or supporting content length or transfer encoding. So I will assume, or I will just consider that the front-end server is interpreting chunked encoding. So for that purpose, I put here a chunk of hexadecimal 3, and the chunk size, let's say ASD, and then I would add here another chunk size in hexadecimal, but I would like to put here something, let's say, invalid chunk size, because the chunk size is specified in the hexadecimal value, which ends with the F is the last character. So this is invalid character or invalid chunk size. So if the front-end server will interpret the transfer encoding, it will see, okay, the first chunk size is 3, and then it will check the data of that within that chunk. Then it will go and try to read or try to understand the second chunk size, because this is invalid chunk size, so we will get the response invalid request. Okay, if the front-end server is interpreting content length, then it will actually try to interpret the content length, whatever size you would like to put here. So you can see this content length is 6 bytes, so I would like to put here 6 and just send the request. So if we see invalid request, that means the front-end server is interpreting transfer encoding. If we will see communication timeout error, that means the front-end server is interpreting the content length. Okay, similar to the first lab, I will explore more and we will confirm more about it. So I'm gonna put here chunk size of 0. 0 means the message ends here, and then I would like to put here a GET request, and I would mention one endpoint which does not exist. So let's say anything and HTTP/1.1. Then I will also put here these two headers, which is content length and content type, and then fake is equal to AAA, let's say. Fine. Now we need to check the content length of this, and we will update it here, because I want this complete data must go to the backend server. Fine. So you can see 105, so I will update it to 105, and I will also need one normal request, and this is the normal request. I will send it to the repeater. Back to the repeater, this is the normal request. Make sure it is also downgraded, Let's send the request to see whether it's working fine or not. 200 okay, working fine. Back to the smuggled request, send this request. Okay, 200 okay. Now go back to the normal request and send it. We should see here not found. Okay, invalid request. Let's try one more time. 200 okay. 200 okay. Wait a moment. Actually, this is 8 bytes. So we need to change it to 8. The problem is basically here. I forget to put here enter. Okay. Now let's send the request. 200 okay. And go to the normal request. Send the request. And you can see 404 not found. That means it's working perfectly fine, and it shows that the front-end server is interpreting content length and the back-end server is interpreting transfer encoding. Fine. Now we already have the structure of the smuggled request, but we need to uh, adopt another approach to basically solve the lab, because we need to capture another user's request. So for that purpose, I'm gonna see this blog, and then I want to post a comment here. Let's say test 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 at west.xor. Okay, and website is optional, so I'm just gonna post the comment. Back to the proxy, go to the proxy, and here we have the post request for posting a comment, and I will copy this request, Control C, back to the repeater, and within the smuggled request I would like to put this post request. And first of all, I will change the HTTP version, and then I will delete all of these, but we just need content length and transfer encoding from here. And cookie is important. Why so? Because we are posting some data to the application, and this may see, or this may validate the session cookie. And because in the data section you can see CSRF token is there, so if the session cookie and CSRF token tie together, that means they will validate. So even if you manipulate session cookie or CSRF token, maybe you are not going to, or application will not allow you to post the data or access the functionality. So we do not need to change anything from the session cookie and the CSRF token. We must put these two parameters, right? So that is perfectly fine. I need to calculate the content length for this. So here you can see the content length is 321. So I will put here 321. One more thing, if you check it here, going back to the blog, you can see the comment section have a bigger field, because maybe the application allow you to put long string data in the comment section, but in the name section or email section, maybe the validation for the number of characters or length of the data you will put here is have some limitation, like you can only put a number of characters 20 in the name section and email section, in the website section as well. But for the comment section, maybe you have the application allow you to put data for up to 255 bytes or something like this. So I will choose the comment for storing the request data from the victim user. So what I will do, I will take out this comment parameter from here, Control X, and put it in the last. Fine. Now you can see here we have only 100 bytes of data, and we already updated this to 321. Fine. Now what I will do, I will send this request to check whether it's working fine or not. 200 OK. Back to the normal request and send this normal request. You can see 200 OK. And if we go back here, you can see we only posted the comment for one time, but if we refresh the page, we should see here another comment. Okay, fine. But now uh, in between this process, if the victim user is going to access it, so the request of the victim will be stored in the comment. Fine. So what I will do for that purpose, you can see the content length is only 100. That's why it just posted the test. Okay, but for getting the data for the request, we need more bytes, so that uh, we need to change the content length here. If we have more bytes, that means the request have more data to accept. Okay, so what I will do, this is 100. I will add here, let's say 500 more bytes, so it will be 600 bytes. Now send the request. 200 OK. To the normal request, send the normal request. 302 found. 302 found because when we post the comment, we found the response 302. That means this post is commented, or this comment is posted by us. Fine. So we need to carry on this process until we get 200 OK. So send the request one more time. 200 OK. Go to the normal request. 200 OK. This time we do not get 302 found, we got 200 OK. That means the comment, the request for the victim user is being stored and posted in the comment section. So if we refresh the page, we should see another comment with rest of the request data. Okay, so you can see here we got the data from the user, from the victim user, and you can see after the test it started. So the victim user is trying to access the web root endpoint of the application, but we do not find here the session cookie because we need to change the size of the content length so that it can store more data. And for that purpose, I will come back to our request, smuggled request, and I'm gonna add here 700 more bytes because this data has 100 bytes. We add here 700 more bytes. Send the request. 200 OK. Send the normal request. Communication timeout. You may get this kind of errors. 500 instead of 302, you may get 500 errors. But let's just carry on the process. 200 OK. Okay. Go back to the smuggled request. Send it one more time. And send the normal request one more time, and you can see this time we get 200 OK. That means if we refresh the page, we can see here more data. So before, you can see we get up to sec fetch s, which is here, this one we got data up to here just, and after we increase the number of bytes, we get more data here, but still we need session cookie, so we need to increase more data. The problem here, we got this response because we need more data here maybe, and for that purpose you may just add more new line trails. Okay, and just like this, control A, 681, and here we have 800. So let's see this time what we will see. So send the smuggled request and send the normal request. Again, we see 500 internal server error. No problem, we will carry on the process. $200 OK, and send the request, normal request last time. and you can see 200. Okay, so if we go back to the browser, send it one more time. Oh, sorry, I forgot to increase the content length here. So let's see, I'm gonna add here 930 bytes, and here um, we can actually create a normal request as a post request so that we can add uh, more data in the body section. But no problem, we will do this and check it later. Let's just complete the process. 200. Okay, send the request. 500 internal server error. Send it one more time. 200. Okay. Okay, and the last time we send the request and send the normal request. 200. Okay, refresh the page, and you can see this time we get cookie victim fingerprint, which is this one, and we got the secret and we got the session cookie. So this is what we need for solving the lab. I'm going to copy this and right click, inspect, go to the storage, and here just change the session cookie, control V, hit enter, and refresh the page. And if we scroll up, you can see congratulations, we solved the lab. If we go to my account, we should see that we are logged in as administrator. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoy the content. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.